Howdy y'all, it's Reese, aka Bearman Prime on this June 29th. Welcome back to my Read the Bible in a Year series. Thank you again for joining me. God bless you all. Card the top right hand corner for the rest of the playlist. And please hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell to help the channel out and stay caught up. Really do appreciate it. So yesterday we began the part of the book of Matthew that's known as the Sermon on the Mount. We saw Jesus teach about the Beatitudes, and then telling people that they, as his followers, are to be the salt and the light of the earth, and an example for others to follow. So we're going to pick it up there right where we left off in Matthew chapter 5, starting in verse 17 today. This is Jesus speaking. Don't think that I have come to destroy the law of Moses or the teaching of the prophets. I have come not to destroy their teachings, but to give full meaning to them. I assure you that nothing will disappear from the law until heaven and earth are gone. The law will not lose even the smallest letter or the smallest part of a letter until it has all been done. A person should obey every command in the law, even one that does not seem important. Whoever refuses to obey any command and teaches others not to obey it will be the least important in God's kingdom. But whoever obeys the law and teaches others to obey it will be great in God's kingdom. I tell you that you must do better than the teachers of the law and the Pharisees. If you are not more pleasing to God than they are, you will never enter God's kingdom. Verse 21. You have heard that it was said to our people long ago, you must not murder anyone. Any person who commits murder will be judged. But I tell you, don't be angry with anyone. If you are angry with others, you will be judged. And if you insult someone, you will be judged by the high court. And if you call someone a fool, you will be in danger of the fire of hell. So what if you are offering your gift at the altar and remembers that someone has something against you? Leave your gift there and go make peace with that person. Then come and offer your gift. If anyone wants to take you to court, make friends with them quickly. Try to do that before you get to the court. If you don't, they might hand you over to the judge. And the judge will hand you over to a guard, who will throw you into jail. I assure you that you will not leave there until you have paid everything you owe. Verse 27. You have heard that it was said, you must not commit adultery. But I tell you that if a man looks at a woman and wants to sin sexually with her, he has already committed that sin with her in his mind. If your right hand makes you sin, take it out and throw it away. It is better to lose one part of your body than to have your whole body thrown into hell. If your right hand makes you sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to go into hell. Okay, so let's break each of these sections down. There's 3 sections here we're going to talk about, and the meaning of each of them, I can tell, is not immediately clear, just based on the words as I was reading it. Okay, so let's take it very slowly and explain. So first, Jesus is talking about the law, okay? The law of Moses, the Jewish law that the nation of Israel is obliged to follow, right? And he says that he has not come to destroy the law, but he's come to fulfill it, right? And that's true. Jesus lived the perfect life. He followed the law perfectly to a T. And the law is still important to Israel, okay? Remember, the law was given to Israel, not to us. It's very important to remember this context, especially for us Gentiles, for us church-age believers, that the law was given to Moses and to the nation of Israel, and at this time, Jesus in his earthly ministry is still addressing the nation of Israel and not the world in general. So what he's saying here about the law does not necessarily apply to us as church-age believers, okay? Because we are not under the law of Moses. We do not follow the law of Moses. We do not adhere to the gospel of the kingdom as Jesus is preaching here, but the gospel of grace that comes after his death, burial, and resurrection, okay? So I want to make that perfectly clear. We are not obligated to follow the law of Moses. I'm going to say that again. We are not obligated to follow the law of Moses. One more time. We do not have to follow the law of Moses, right? We are under the grace of God, not the law, right? So remember that, okay? Next, teaching about anger, okay? So it's he starts off by reciting the one of the commandments: you must not commit murder. And you know, on the surface, we obviously know that means not killing anybody. But here Jesus takes it a step further and says that also means that you should not be angry with other people. When you have anger in your heart towards someone, it can, do terrible things to you. You have such horrible thoughts. You think about, the times that someone had wronged you and you just felt so angry, like, man, I want to kill that guy. I wish he were dead, How much does that tear you up inside? Does that hurt your heart? So here he's saying that be careful. Don't let that anger take hold of you. Here he's saying, just let it go. Don't be angry with anyone. Don't, because he's saying it's basically the same as committing murder by being angry with someone, insulting them, calling them a fool. That's as the same thing as killing them physically, right? And so he's pleading with people, hey, if you have, a grudge against someone, or if someone has a grudge against you for some reason, one way or the other, you need to make right with them. You need to make peace with them somehow, because there will be a time coming when it is too late. And that's a picture for us as well. There will be a time when it will be too late for people to come to God. Okay. Right now we are under his grace, and those who follow God, who accept Christ into their hearts as their Lord and Savior, will be saved. They are making peace with God. They are no longer with enmity. They are no longer an enemy of God, right? But there will come a time when it'll be too late, where God says, all right, time's up. Now I will pour out my wrath on the world. And people will be like, why? Why? And God said, you had every chance. It's too late, right? And then the last part here was he's talking about adultery, about sexual sin, right? So, and this goes to our thought life, really, where, obviously the commandment says you shall not commit adultery. So you shall not have sex with someone out of wedlock, outside of marriage, right? But here he's also saying that if you lust after someone or something, you have committed adultery already, just as if you actually, did the deed. When you think about a woman or a man in that way, you are committing adultery with them in your heart, in your mind, is what he's saying. So that goes to our thought life. Okay, our thoughts, are just as capable of committing sin as our actions, right? And so he's saying that it's better for you to lose a part of your body. And he's speaking metaphorically here. He is not encouraging self-mutilation, okay? I want to say that again. Jesus is not encouraging self-mutilation, people, okay? Do not gouge out your eyes. Do not cut off your hands or anything like that because you have impure thoughts or impure actions or whatever, okay? None of that is true. What he is saying, though, is that if there is something that is causing you to sin, whether it's, the internet, or whether it's a certain group of friends, or something some on the media, social media, it's better for you to get rid of those things and get them out of your life than for you to continue to associate with them and be dragged down into hell, right? That's what he's saying. So if someone you're following on social media is continually putting thoughts into your head of an impure nature, or if you keep watching videos or of a certain nature, or if your friends are the kind of people who talk about that kind of stuff, maybe you want to think about not associating with them so much, because they are having a bad effect on you, okay, rather than you having a good effect on them, okay? So just keep that in mind as well. Well, anyway, that's all for today. We're going to pick it up there tomorrow. Thank you again for joining me. I sure do appreciate it. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.